Yo,
Hey, bro, how's it going?
pretty good, man. About yourself?
Good. I appreciate you taking the time out.
No problem, man. No
Perfect.
problem.
Perfect. All right, man. So, just to start off, I read that several of your family members, all went to Georgia to play basketball. Your dad, your uncle, and your brother also. Growing up, like before you were even a top player, before you even being, heavily recruited, did you kind of think in your mind like, yeah, I'll go where my dad went and my brother? Did you think you would play
Yeah.
at Georgia one day?
I mean, yeah. I've always, I don't know, just growing around the school and your uncle, brother, dad all went there, and it was very. I mean, my room, not anymore, but it was all Georgia pillows, Georgia signs, everything. So that was the place. But things changed, I guess.
Gotcha. So you were a Georgia fan growing up, then, right?
Oh yeah, and I'm still a Georgia football fan, no
Okay.
doubt. But yeah, no, I bled red and black for a long time.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it wouldn't be too terrible even if you were a Georgia basketball fan because they're
Right.
SEC, you're going to be ACC, so
No doubt. No
it
doubt.
wouldn't be the end of the world. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So jumping into North Carolina, I think your commitment shocked a lot of people,
Yeah.
including myself. I think I had actually went to sleep and then I woke up and like breaking news: Walker Kessler is committed to North Carolina. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
Like,
know, man. It was wild.
so like before you officially announced your commitment and then like you already knew you were going to go to North Carolina, did it kind of run through your mind that like, yeah, this is probably going to shock a lot of people? Did you kind of
Man,
think that?
it was wild because I that night when I got back, I was calling all the coaches, like telling them like, hey, I've decided that I'm gonna go to North Carolina, and then it got like Evan Daniels and a bunch of people started texting me like, hey, heard you were committed to UNC. I was like, I haven't told anyone yet. So then I just said like, all right, I gotta announce it. So I just announced it at 12 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Gotcha, gotcha. Was that? Would you say that was difficult? Calling, Bruce Pearl or whoever you call, do like was that difficult for you to do? You would say.
Yeah, it was really difficult. All the coaches were a class act. They wished me the best of luck, and I couldn't ask for a better conversation with them.
Gotcha, gotcha. And so you said they were respectful or whatever. You don't have to like specify a specific school, but were any of the coaches like, just maybe you should think about it a little longer. You just came off your visit, you're kind of hot on that school.
Right.
But kind of like just take it slow, slow. You haven't. You may want to visit us again. Did anybody say anything like that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they were all kind of saying stuff like that, but I just told them like, hey, like I have a feeling in my gut, and I'm gonna go with it. And I've been all over the places, and I feel like this is the best place for me, and they respected that.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So, and I also read that, going into your North Carolina visit, you weren't planning on like going into the visit, like, committing on the, second or third day or anything like that. So, what was it about North Carolina that kind of convinced you on them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Obviously, I've always looked at North Carolina being a big man in that system, kind of like that Luke May in the North Carolina system, which is really appealing for someone like me. But I don't know. Like you hear this thing where like players feel like this feeling, and like I know it sounds naive, but it was just true. It was just true for me.
Gotcha. That gut feeling. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. And I also read, going into your visit, North Carolina wasn't really even seen um, as the favorite. I know a lot of college basketball fans, they kind of look at the crystal ball and they were seeing a lot of Duke, they were seeing a lot of
right.
Auburn. Um, UNC wasn't really the favorite to land you. I don't think anybody had even put a crystal ball prediction in for UNC. So would you agree that, before you visited North Carolina, there were a couple other schools kind of in your mind that you liked a little more, or was it just all the analysts were wrong and UNC was always number one in your head?
Right. I mean, no, I don't know. I going into the visit, I had no idea. I was still kind of. I mean, I had maybe like one or two or three schools. I had like, hey, these are like the schools I'm looking at, and then I just went to UNC, and I was like, hey, this is the place for me. So this is kind of how it went.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. So obviously everything changed after you visited North Carolina, completely. And not trying to step on any other fan's shoes, but would you say who would you say you liked the most before going to see UNC? It doesn't matter anymore because you're committed to North Carolina. So,
Right.
you know.
That's a tough question, man. I don't know. I mean, all the schools I was looking at the time, Michigan, Auburn, Duke, UNC, Gonzaga, I felt that I could go to any of the schools, and I didn't really have an outlier. And I liked all the schools and all the coaching staff and the actual school itself, the players. I mean, I could have seen myself going to many different places, and I know I keep saying it, but I don't know. I just felt UNC was the place for me.
Gotcha. Cool, cool. So are you the type of guy to kind of go out and recruit other players to North Carolina, or do you just kind of let it play out, let them do their own thing?
Um, I mean, I try a little bit. Once again, I don't really have like a blue check on Instagram, so my DM doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
I've tried to reach out to a couple, but I didn't get as many responses, or I didn't get a lot of responses. But no, I mean, it'd be great. Whoever, Bryce, I know was a really good player, good kid. Cade Cunningham, Zaire Williams, Puff. I mean, there's a lot, and I mean, it would be great to have any one of them.
Definitely, definitely. Um, what aspects of your game would you say are already college ready?
I don't know. That's a tough question, just because like I feel like right now, um, I mean, there's so much stuff to improve on, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's college ready, but I feel like my shot's at a pretty good place right now. Obviously, there's still a lot I need to improve on, and then I guess like the thing that probably needs to improve the most is probably physicality. Obviously, I'm not the biggest guy on the court, and yeah, I would say those things, and also being able to guard like a pick and roll or pick and switch, and being able to guard that guard in the half court set.
Gotcha. Cool, cool. So you've always been, kind of a low key guy. You mentioned that you don't have the blue check. Like
Yeah.
when I first reached out to you, you might have had like 2,000 followers. Like no one really knew who you were. Like you were always
Right.
ranked high. You've always been ranked high.
Right.
But nobody kind of like social media wise kind of paid attention. But um, compared to other guys like following wise. But so a lot of UNC fans probably know, oh, we got a big white 7-footer coming to see us. He's a 5-star. But
Right.
they don't really know you as like a person. So I kind of want to ask you some questions, just so they can learn more about you, kind of who you are, more
Yeah.
than just a basketball player. Um, so some of these might be silly. It's just kind of stuff I came up with on the spot. But um, do you have a favorite food, and if so, what would it be?
Ooh, favorite food. Man, I'm a Southern boy, so I really like some Southern cooking, some like fried chicken, green beans, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with all that.
Gotcha. And you can probably tell by my accent, I'm from down south as well. I'm from
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of people, man, you're so country. I'm like, I can't help where I'm from, man. Like,
Right.
so much I can do. So, but yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's good stuff. What about your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject, probably physics. I really enjoy physics. Physics and calculus. Those are kind of. I'm a big math and science guy. Not a not a great writer and stuff, but
Okay.
no, probably physics.
So by you saying that, that kind of makes me think that you have higher intelligence among most. Would you kind of agree
Right.
with, you're a
I
pretty
wouldn't
smart
say I have
guy?
a higher intelligence. I enjoy school, and it's always been an emphasis in my family to always try and do your best in school. And I mean, the big thing for me is try and make it like a competition. Try and do the best you can, obviously, and just have fun with it.
Cool, cool. Do you like to play or watch any other sports besides basketball?
Big college football fan.
Okay,
That's probably the only one. And the NBA, obviously, but that's basketball. Yeah,
okay,
probably college.
gotcha. Do you play any video games, and if so, what do you play?
Um, yeah, I play some video games. I'm not the your typical athlete video gamer, I guess you could say. My brother grew up as a big Nintendo guy, so I've always played like Mario, Super Smash Brothers, Zelda. I'll play a little 2K now and then. Not very good at it. I try, but not very good at it. And yeah, that's probably it.
Gotcha. Is there anything about you that most people don't know besides like your favorite subject is physics? That kind of shocked me. I don't think I've ever heard a basketball player, because typically basketball players, like, the way the world works is, if you're a great athlete, then you have to lack something else. People aren't usually, graded both athletics and academics. It just typically doesn't work that way. And if it is,
Right.
you're extremely lucky, because that doesn't come, often. But is there anything that most people don't know about you?
I play guitar. I've been playing for 4 years now. I really enjoy it. I guess that's kind of interesting fact.
Oh man, I wish I had the time. I wish, because that's playing the guitar is like a lady killer. Like that's like
Oh yeah,
automatically like increases your odds of getting a girl.
no doubt, man. I love it. I mean, I would definitely recommend you try and just pick it up as a free time and just go slow, go your own pace, but it's fun.
Oh, that's good advice. That's good advice. So speaking of guitar, what kind of music do you listen to, and do you have a favorite artist?
Uh, so I'm not I'll listen to rap like occasionally, but I'm a big rock guy. Classic rock, Beatles, Eagles, you know, kind of the grunge Nirvana. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of bands. It's hard to pick just one.
Gotcha. So you're probably like me. You only listen to rap like before a game, or like while you're working,
Yeah,
like pump up music, or like
right, right.
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So how would you describe your personality?
Uh, very. I would say I'm a pretty low key guy. Pretty quiet, but once you get to know me, I'm pretty dry. I get that a lot. I mean, I don't know. My personality is kind of bland. I mean, not bland, but like, like I said, just quiet.
Gotcha. So like, I'm sure you get like a lot of attention. Like, I mean, so how tall are you?
Oh, 7 foot.
Okay, so you're 7 foot. So you walk into, Walmart, like no one 7 foot has walked in there yet. So like, do you get a lot of attention from like people may not even know you're like a top basketball player and you're really
Right,
working on
right.
it? Like, do people just like look at you like, what is this giant like dude
Yeah.
walking around? Like, do you get a lot of that?
I mean, yeah, all the time. It's always funny because like they'll say, "How tall are you?" Like, you're 7 foot. They ask you like what sport you play, and then like I always like play like a little trail. I'm a wrestler. Or, like I play golf, and I'm like, "Oh, really?"
Oh
But
my.
no, it's always funny to see reactions, and it's always, I mean, for me, it's always kind of like a conversation starter. So if someone like comes up to you and starts talking to you, just try and make advantage of it and just be kind to them.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. So would the most common question you get is how tall are you?
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. Gotcha. So how tall is your dad?
He's 6'8".
6'8". Okay. And what about your brother?
My brother is 6'9",
Okay. So
and I have a sister who's 5'11", and my mom's 5'11".
okay. Gotcha. So you're the tallest of the bunch. Okay.
I am the tallest.
Gotcha. Do you have, well, you kind of answered this. Do you have any hidden talents? I guess guitar would be a hidden talent, but
Guitar, and I'm not to brag, but pretty good at ping pong. I have to
okay.
say.
Gotcha. Cool. Do you have a favorite NBA team and player?
uh, my favorite team is probably Dallas. I really like Dallas. I like the way Luka plays. Obviously, like Kristaps. Favorite player right now is definitely AD. I mean, he's unstoppable. Not a big Lakers fan, but I like AD a lot.
Gotcha. So I'm sure you've watched a lot of Dirk when he was still playing as well.
Oh yeah, no, I love Dirk when he was. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So was he your favorite player when he was still like in the league?
Probably, yeah. That kind of like unbelievable post big that doesn't like have any athletic ability really. I mean, it was
Right.
fun to watch.
Gotcha. How old were you when you first dunked?
First dunked. Uh, I was gifted vertically, but a vertical jump I was not gifted with. So shoot, first time I dunked, probably the summer before my 8th grade year is when I got a little like rim grazer.
Okay.
And that was a pretty big deal for me. But you see a lot of kids dunking when they're like in 6th grade, like doing windmills and stuff, and I was just always like, nah, I can't do that.
I got you. How tall do you think you were then, like when you first dunked?
Probably 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
Okay, gotcha. So, us white guys, we kind of struggle with having like a leaping ability. Like, would you feel the same way about yourself, or do you think you got a little bounce?
Uh, no bounce whatsoever.
Well, it always helps, like dunking wise, with you since you're like 7 foot. I mean, it isn't too far.
Right.
The rim isn't too far away for you.
No, and if I wasn't 7 foot, there wouldn't be a lot of dunks going on.
Gotcha. That's funny. When did you get your first offer, and who was it from?
First offer. I think the summer before my 9th grade year, I got from Auburn because we were at a team camp. That was my first one. And then right after that, literally like 2 days after that, Georgia called and like said, hey, we want to make sure that we've always had an offer for you. Yeah, Auburn was my first one.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Georgia offer probably went unsaid. Like they would.
Right.
Yeah, they'd probably take you. They'd probably take a commitment for you when you were still in middle school.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then last question. I know you're a center. Centers aren't really known for scoring. You're not a shooting guard. Dropping like 50-point games.
Right.
Every other day. But what's the most points you've ever scored in a game?
My freshman year, I went to a small single-A private school, so the competition was not great, but I scored 42 in one game. That was a big deal.
Gotcha. And
I was
actually,
going against a bunch of like 5'2" white guys that are like church league. Like it was pretty not very competitive, but yeah, 42.
Gotcha. And then I have one more question for you. So high school ball now, do you go to a public school?
Still a private school, but I mean it's a 4A private school, so probably I don't know 400 in our grade. Not like massive like these other public schools, but still a fairly big school.
That's interesting because I went to a 4A high school and there was only like 100 people that graduated with me.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm from Alabama.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's probably the same as that. I don't.
You don't know. So what I was going to ask is how, like, you don't have to, like, how is the competition? Like, not trying to be disrespectful, but how is the competition compared to like, playing in the summer, like playing
Right.
you?
I would say the guard plays there, but it's very rare to come up across like another like at least 6'8" big man that knows how to move and stuff. And yeah, I would say that's the only really lack of competition is just that height spot.
So you automatically have a huge advantage in high school ball. So
No doubt.
it's not trying to be cocky, but I mean, you're pretty confident when you go into a game, and you best tip off with a guy 6 inches shorter than you.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've been a little slacking, and he's surprised me before, and he just got up there quick. Kind of taken back for a second. But no, definitely the big advantage.
Gotcha. Well, that's all the questions I have for you, man. I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for doing this, and best of luck at North Carolina.
No problem, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you.